Welcome back to Garage Gym Gains. I'm Ricky, and today we're talking about the Kleva built Genesis Jack 2.0. So here's the Genesis Jack 2.0 itself. We'll go over the construction real quick. As you can see with the 2.0, they added UHMW plastic to the grip, so it's a little bit meatier. I didn't use the original Genesis Jack, but this one is extremely comfortable. We'll go over that in just a little bit. There's UHMW across here. It's raised just a little bit, so it's gonna protect the knurling on your bar, which is very important. You don't want the knurling going right on the steel. It has the KB Kleva built logo laser cut in there. I think it looks great. And it has the UHMW on the bottom. That's gonna protect your platform so that the metal feet don't eat into the wood. Overall, it's super light. You could really easily throw this in a gym bag. You can take it with you. You could probably use it as a pickaxe, even though it does say in the package that it is not a weapon. So evidently they've already thought about that. But overall, it's super sturdy and it doesn't feel like it's gonna break no matter what you do to it. And it looks pretty sweet too. I'm gonna give you a quick demonstration on how this little guy works. Obviously, this is a one-sided jack, so that could be a drawback. The bigger full-size deadlift jacks lift up the whole bar at the same time. You can load weight on both sides. This is gonna be a really good space saver, especially if you're in a single car garage like I am, and it's also a cost saver as well, but we'll get to that. So you want it pretty close to the side. That's gonna keep it on the rubber so that it doesn't slip, and it's gonna give you the most leverage over here on the side. So place one hand on the side, and you just pick it up, just like that. You've got plenty of space to put on another plate. So let me grab another one here. Slide it right on. Now you drop it back down, make sure it doesn't roll, and there you go. So the next thing to cover is the price. So these are currently $99.99. When I pre-ordered it, it was about $79. I still think it's completely worth it, and I'll tell you why. If you go with a full-size deadlift jack from Rogue, it's gonna be $165. If you go with the Titan version, which let's be honest, it's the same thing, it's $85, so it is gonna be cheaper than this. If you go with a mini deadlift wedge, that little orange block, and there's some knockoffs as it as well, those are about $15, but it's about as useful as just rolling it on a 2.5 pound plate. We'll cover that as well. But all in all, I think this is a really great purchase because it's gonna save you a lot of space. It's easy to use, it's effective, and it looks pretty awesome. It's a little bit of a conversation starter if you pull it out at a commercial gym, but the reason I personally wouldn't go with the 2.5 pound plate or the deadlift wedge is it's gonna protect the plates for one compared to a 2.5. If you roll the nice calibrated plates onto 2.5, it's gonna kind of chip up the paint a little more than it already would. And let's be honest, it's not stable. Anybody that's saying a 2.5 pound plate is just as good as a deadlift jack probably hasn't used one, for whatever reason doesn't wanna get one, or they're just being stubborn and like to start stuff in the comment section. So the deadlift wedge though, it's okay. It's just not quite as effective as using a jack. You have to roll it on there. I'm kind of lazy. It really doesn't roll off, but I just prefer this, and that's the way I want to spend my money. So I think this is a really great buy, even at the slightly inflated price at $99, as opposed to what I got it for at $79. Again, that was a pre-order. So if you're in the market for a deadlift jack and you don't have the space for a full-size double deadlift jack that lifts the whole bar, I would completely recommend this. It's an awesome item. As always, thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, any of that stuff, or if you didn't, hit the like button below, subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to check out the Garage Gym Gains podcast. It's on Spotify and it should be on iTunes before too long.